like we're back in a groove now.
Welcome to Still Dripping Happy
Yeah, heck yeah, we're in a groove. When this beat, we're always in a groove.
Welcome to episode 180 of the Still Dripping Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason. On the move tonight, we got Panama Slim.
You know who it
What up?
is. Hey, dude, you just got a super boost of energy when you heard that. It felt like you just
I know.
went.
I needed us back on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
No,
Overview
don't be
real
sorry.
quick. Well, first of
The
all, listen.
past-
Shout out to Coop. Shout out to Coop. Major relief from coming through. My wife had surgery, my wife had surgery. I'm sorry, there was a fan on and it was making it really cool in here, and the fan all of a sudden went off. I thought the power went off, and it was just a child coming to get the fan. All right, my wife had surgery, and it just put things into a tailspin. And I feel like we all have had surgical or hospital
Everybody on the pod has been in
in the last
the
month.
hospital in the last month. July, we talked about it last week. Coop and I did. It was, I think, the last day of July when we had our pod last week. Yep, that would have been right. Maybe the first day of August. But look, the Still Dripping Happy Hour crew is just happy that July has passed us, right? I think we're all just good riddance, July. We're on to bigger and better things. And that's okay.
It was horrible.
Sometimes it's going to happen. So
Life happens, and it happens in
Mhm.
this time. It happened in fours. All of us.
all of
You
us,
have
yeah.
baby, whether between babies or hospitalizations or spouses, it was
Yep.
crappy. And so last Wednesday, well, she had surgery on Tuesday, and I thought there's no way Wednesday's going to happen. And I thought possibly Thursday, but it just didn't work out. I mean,
Yeah.
So I
We're
appreciate
a
Coop.
family first podcast. So
Coop, thank you for stepping up. Appreciate it. I'm glad you didn't have to do a solo pod, although I feel like I set the bar for solo pods.
absolutely.
Anyway, take that for what it's worth. But we're back. It's me and you, Shrek and Donkey.
We're back, man.
I'm excited.
Back. It's good to be back. All right. Well, we'll flash up our episode here, episode 180. The Olympic rings dripping. We'll put that on a shirt for sure.
This is so sick.
You got a Dream Team shirt to show?
Yep. Here, we'll go over to the present. Sorry, you don't need to know that. Check this out. So I mean, when you're home or you're in the hospital and you're me, and you just gotta have things to do. And I started back with my can you see me?
No, we can't see anything yet. Here it comes. We're loading.
Is it working?
We're loading. It's close. Nope.
Hey, one of us, was that me that froze up?
I think so.
What
It may
the
be
heck
because you're trying
happened?
to share.
Hold up. No, I've done it. Let's try this again.
We're ready for you.
Hold on. Change that.
Nothing's
Okay,
happening.
that was really weird. That's the first time this ever happened. No, nothing would happen now. Okay, now it's going to happen. Sorry, bad radio.
Bad
Bad radio.
Well, I'll give
Bad
it a
podcasting. Go to
little
YouTube.
commercial. Hey, Grateful Apparel just dropped their summer shorts. They got some sick looking, I would say Tennessee-esque checkerboard, orange and white checkerboard. I think I might get some. I might just make some for Still Dripping. But these are pretty cool. They've got some Jesus Saves shorts on there as well with the Grateful G. So if you're in the market for some summer shorts, go to gratefulapparel.com. Use the discount code StillDrippingTN for 15% off.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. All right, we're up.
All right, so check this out. Why I've been out of pocket, I've been doing the vintage tea thing. Okay. So, and Mike Bourbon Mike was like, dude, these are so good. You have to put them on the website. I'm going to get some of them. But anyway, since it's Olympic season, check out this dream team one I made. Check
Very
this
nice.
out.
Very nice.
Dream Team USA. It's got our logo on the back, but check this out. When you showed me the drip thing, oh dude, how perfect would that be right here?
Ooh, yeah, we got to put the drip rings on there.
We got to put the drip. This shirt is so sick. This will be in my collection. I mean, I can't look at this.
You need to put some still dripping on the front.
You think
right?
so?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. But I love that one.
Could
I
get
made it.
taken down. That's professional quality right there.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think it's
Looks
that good? Well, I
it
really
looks
like
good,
that. Look, again, when you are trying to get through a situation, I made a Wu-Tang one. I used to love the Wu-Tang.
Some
So
perfect
there's a
timing for
Wu-Tang
the
shirt.
Wu-Tang Dunks to come out next year.
I
We'll
didn't even
talk
think about
later.
that. Look at this one. This is literally, I was sitting in a hospital and it was like this came up in my brain. And so I made this one of all the dead rappers, Jam Master Jay, Mac Miller, Tupac, Biggie, till we meet again, like spray. Gone Too Soon. Check out the back of it. Gone Too Soon and airbrush. I mean, come on. But what else are you gonna do when you know this, man? When you're in the hospital and you're like, what am I gonna do here? Like you just
I had
start messing around.
I had planned a week extra of paternity leave, and that's when we went back to the hospital. And I was like, I just texted my team. I was like, hey, I'll be working tomorrow from the hospital. Like, I've already done everything I can do. I've read my books. I've watched my shows. I'm not doing anything else.
At some point, you're just like, what the heck? What the heck am I going to do? Yeah.
Save my
you got nothing
PTO.
else.
Yeah.
Agreed. So anyway, go buy this stuff. Support your boys. Thank you for listening. Don't just buy it because you guys buy it because it's cool.
Amen.
Yeah. And if you want a good deal, just reach out to us in the DMs and I'll give you a good deal. Like you have to put something, and I'm not a nonprofit, so I just put $45 because it's a little bit more than cost for that type of shirt. So anyway, go ahead.
He's still gonna make the shirt for Riley, but anyways, we'll jump inside the box now.
What's inside the box?
That's my shoe in the box.
All right, I feel like a reporter holding my mic, but that's what we're doing tonight.
Live from France and standing right under the Eiffel Tower. Oh, I sent
Speaking
this to you,
of
didn't I?
France, yeah.
Okay, wait a second. Before we start this, you've watched the Olympics quite a bit?
Yes.
Me too. I mean, what else are you gonna do? But
it's been great.
It's been good. I have. It's been enjoyable. But did you say to yourself, why am I seeing Snoop Dogg everywhere? Why am I seeing Snoop Dogg with Martha Stewart? Why am I still?
Well, they're best friends.
Or allegedly.
They did the Puppy Bowl together last year.
Okay, didn't know that.
And they do. I'm pretty sure they actually are like really good friends. But yeah, Snoop is everywhere, and I knew he was going to be because you remember last Olympics they had the Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg did like one night of Olympics, and that's where we got like the golden Snoop talking about the horse, Crip walking, and Kevin Hart falling on the floor laughing so hard. And so I knew he was going to be more a part of it, but man, he is everywhere for the Olympics, and I love it. Like, you've got this hardcore rap California guy and just showing his true self. Like, this is truly who Snoop Dogg is. And people just love him, man. He's so happy and he's hilarious.
It makes a lot of sense, but
right.
but it also makes a lot of dollars because it makes a lot more. You understand it more when you see this. But then I was like, why are the Olympics that desperate? Like, number one, is it just because shock value of Snoop Dogg in Paris at the Olympics?
I was going to say 500.
I just don't understand.
Like a deal.
Are you serious?
I think he's getting the eyeballs more than
you think so.
I would.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, what is the budget for the Olympics, man. I feel like their budget is practically unlimited. Like the opening ceremonies was like 1 point something million dollars. Like nobody cared about the opening ceremonies. We'd way rather give that money to Snoop Dogg.
I mean, they at least spent half of that on the trans show that they had.
And the threesome running through the library. I mean, gosh.
Oh my goodness.
But for the
Look-
people, for the Christians out there, this is just a sidebar, and I might be wrong about this, and you can feel free to have your opinion. For the Christians out there saying that we should boycott the Olympics for having anti-Christian values, the Olympics never pretended to be a Christian thing. I'm not watching it to feel closer to God. Like I
Hey,
feel
listen,
that's a personal thing that I do.
Can I
is
say
feel closer to God.
and then let's call it like it is. Do you feel like Donald Trump has Christian values? Is that what you're saying? Right?
Yeah.
Newsflash. If
You
you're
might
going to
call it the Bible.
boycott, then you got to boycott everything. At least be consistent, right? That's that.
Do you think
I mean,
Kamala
that's
Harris knows
true.
what the Bible is?
I don't have a comment on that. I'm definitely not going to judge her. It
No, I
is
just mean like, does
yeah.
she read books? Probably not.
Who cares? Who cares about that? She doesn't care about you. She cares about getting to the bag and power. All of them. That's all they care about. Nothing's going to solve this until there's another party that comes along to represent regular people, which is 80% of us.
Yeah.
There it is. So
Yeah.
all that being said, it's weird, but now makes way more sense when you see this to understand why Snoop Dogg is showing up so much.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Like, yeah, why you not take that? How it was 13 days of the Olympics?
Something like that. It's not over yet.
Do the math. How much is in taxes? I mean, if he's in Paris, I wonder how that would work.
That's a good point. But yeah, man. I mean, all this.
Okay,
Snoop Dogg
$6
content-
million if it's 12 days. I can't remember how many days the Olympics is,
Yeah, it's
but
something
good
like that.
grief. Can you imagine that?
I'm just-
$6
I
million.
love give me all the Snoop Dogg Olympic content, man.
Did you
love
see the one with Martha Stewart when they're eating in like this 5-star Michelin star restaurant? That was hilarious.
No, he said, what did he say at the end of it? He was like, it was a 3-star Michelin restaurant. And he said, well, you got 3 stars already, plus me and Martha. So that's 5 stars.
But like watching him eat all the stuff that came out, it was like, I ain't touching that. Like, what is that? Oh, that's Bruce. And Martha Stewart knew exactly. That's like Bruce Club. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the heck is that?
She said, do you know what escargot is? He said, yeah, that's snails.
Is that the one where we went? Yeah. And threw it on the floor and was like, oh, that's so good.
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Did you see the one where he was watching this Caleb Dressel swim and he was with his wife and his wife had their newborn baby and they're both yelling, come on, baby. And Snoop Dogg is just repeating what she says, like, come on, baby. Right up in the booth with her. Like,
No, I did not see that one.
hysterical. That was a good one. Them dressing up in full equestrian to go.
I saw
horseback
that.
riding.
That was
good.
funny. Do you remember? Are you old enough to remember the Bo Knows thing where Bo was like a boxer and played hockey? And
I've seen the reruns, but not the original.
so
stuff. But yeah, I know what you're
it
talking
feels a little bit like that. Snoop is equestrian. Snoop as
about.
a
Yeah,
handball player. Snoop. It has a little bit about that. But all that to be said, I remember at the beginning of the Olympics, I was like, why is Snoop Dogg there?
Yeah.
And I kept asking myself that, and then I saw this and I was like, this ain't just for fun. Snoop's not there. Oh, I want to go to the Olympics, bro. He is making $500,000 a day. Like,
Yeah.
what?
I want to know how. Like, have you seen all his jackets and shirts with the athletes like on the front? I love those.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
He
I
is-
also, since we're talking about the Olympics, one of my favorite things so far about the Olympics is families and watching families react to the athletes,
Yes.
specifically Simone Biles' husband. Didn't know she was married. Didn't know she was married to an NFL player. But watching him like scoring. He's got like a piece of paper and he's like writing down the scores of everybody. Have you seen this? It's the
Yeah.
cutest, like wholesome husband wife supporting thing. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like if this was America, like a snapshot of it, that'd be awesome.
Did you see the one? It was also gymnastics. I don't know whose parents it was. It might have been Jordan Child's parents, but they put a heart rate monitor on the dad while
No,
his daughter was
I
doing
did
her
not see
routine,
that.
and
That's
they said
great.
they told him it got up to 160.
Oh my
He was like
gosh.
working out, watching his daughter.
Oh,
that is
my
awesome.
goodness. That is great.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite Olympic? I mean, you could assume it's basketball, but even though I've watched zero basketball,
Yeah, I don't watch much basketball.
my favorite is
It's hard this year, to be honest. It's hard this year. Besides Simone Biles, I don't feel like you have that Michael Phelps star like we've had in the past. Like, I mean,
well, I
okay,
don't.
that's vastly that was a very stupid statement. We're never gonna have Michael Phelps again. Like, I realize that. But like Usain Bolt, like I guess Simone Biles is that person for this Olympics, but she's kind of old for a gymnast.
Well, I had a roll my eyes moment when I
Okay.
was watching Simone Biles on the vault, and whoever is the announcer said,
The announcers were terrible for
well,
gymnastics.
he says this, and I quote, because I was like, I cannot believe this man just said this. What Simone Biles just did is like when you saw Michael Jordan at the '88 dunk contest jump from the free throw line. This is like the next dunker coming out and jumping from the half court line. And I was like, I mean, I really didn't know. I was like, and then I almost turned it off. I was like,
yeah. The girl who was with
TF
him
you talking
was
about?
terrible too. She was like, okay, first of all, nobody's telling her to say what she's saying, but every single routine, she's like, oh, that's a deduction. Oh, that's a deduction. Oh, that's a deduction. Like, dude, why don't you tell us what they're doing right? Like, and then she's like, at
Yeah.
the end of it, she's like, well, you got to remember too, these are still the best people in the world. And it's like, we're watching the Olympics. We know that. Why don't you act like it? Like, we don't care about all their deductions. She just did like 2.5 flips in the air.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry if she
We're
was an
regular people. We are
Right.
freaking regular people. We
Exactly.
don't give a crap about any of this until now. 4 years, we don't give a crap about it. I don't give a crap about the world championships. I don't care about. I don't. But right
even
now,
on the
it's like all or
deduction.
nothing. I'm like, I want USA to win every single gold. I want them to win. That's how I operate with. But I will say, like, I was a massive Olympics fan, and then 2020 hurt me bad, like a lot of
2020 hurt.
ways. And then 2021 didn't even care, didn't watch it, didn't watch one thing about the Olympics, and so I felt like I had a little bit of bad taste in my mouth coming into this one, but I've been pleasantly surprised. I love Olympic volleyball, not the beach. I love team volleyball. Team volleyball is probably my favorite Olympic event.
Men's or women's?
Men's. Men's team volleyball is my favorite.
Men's, they're so powerful that it just looks like they don't even get to volley that often. It's just,
but it
like,
feels like
fight.
a dunk you only get 3 hits, right? It's bump, set,
Right.
spike. That's how it works. And so anyway, that's my favorite Olympic event is men's volleyball.
I like watching water polo.
Okay.
But it's not as action packed. I think I like team handball, or I like the idea of team handball. But in the men's game, it just turns into like wrestling. Like they get close, and
but it's because we've modeled Tragic Bananas after all this. All of it is Tragic Bananas.
I'd like,
but it also. How many times have you thought, man,
freedom of play is what we need?
If the Tragic Bananas League, I've thought about this 1,000 times with the Olympics. I was like, can you imagine this game we invented? It's got an Instagram. It's got a league. Can you imagine it get to a level where you're like an Olympic event? If breakdancing can be an Olympic event, damn it, Tragic Bananas can eventually be an Olympic event. Like,
Okay, I'm
anyway,
with it.
we'll
I'm
see
with
what happens. We are James Naismith, you and me,
James.
and whoever else was there. I can't even remember who else was there.
I don't know. I don't know it fully. Anyways, okay. Well, that was a long
All right,
time on
that was a
Snoop Dogg.
really long segment.
All right, upcoming releases. We did this last week. We still got a bunch of the same ones on here this week. Has your thoughts around the Jordan 4 Restomod, Nigel Sylvester changed with the gray, like driveway gray?
Yes, it's terrible.
Oh, it's
Um,
so it hasn't changed.
so there's only one of these I'm going for, and you know what it is. And I will 100% get them, and I will 100% wear them. And what is that one?
I don't think we've seen one that's the
On this
Restomod.
page. On this page, there's only
Oh,
one shoe
on
that I'm
the
going
on this
for.
page. I thought you were talking about the top left,
No,
the Jordan 4 RM, the Andre Agassi's one.
without a doubt. They are in that is my I am going for these. I'm going to get them. I'm going to wear the crap out of them. They will be in my
That looks like
possession.
a Hayes shoe for sure.
100%. This is 1990 Hayes Holland. There was the Solo Pod. I think I found pictures of me wearing this shoe. Dude,
Mm.
this was like this is a grail for me. I had them. I got them off goodwill.com 3 or 4 years ago, but it was an 11 and a half. And so it was just a tad bit small, and so I sold them.
Mm.
But now that we've got the aged materials and all, dude, this is mine. This is my shoe. I
Okay.
feel like they are releasing this for me.
All right. Yeah.
The rest of them, I don't give a crap about. The Ama Minier. Have we not seen these before? Are those not identical to the other ones that they did?
The pictures of these have been out for like 10 months or something.
Yeah.
So
But didn't they have a release that was really similar to this? No?
maybe. I don't know. I think their other Mom in Year 3 was white.
Okay.
I think.
What about these dunks? I love the 180s, by the way. It's not the OG colorway, the aquamarine, I think is what they call them.
The Dusty Cactus.
I think this is called the Concord
Yeah, it's
colorway.
the Concord colorway.
This
I'm sorry, the Dusty Cactus is the Air Max 93
270s
colorway.
It's also the 270s.
Yeah,
270,
that was. Yep.
I love this shoe. I love the Air Max 180. It is a classic. I had them and I gave them to my brother. My brother wears them all the time. So I see them all the time.
Olympic colorway?
The aquamarine. Yep.
Oh, aquamarine.
No, the Olympics. The Olympic color.
Okay.
I think they call it aquamarine, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I'm on. Maybe it's the Olympic colorway. Either way, it's right. My brother has them, so it's like seeing my friend all the time who wears them. What do you think about these dunks, specifically the laces?
I think we've talked about this before. That the laces kind of give me an N7 vibe, like the Native American appreciation shoes or whatever. I don't know what it is. Sorry, I probably butchered that, but it's kind of.
You don't like it. It throws it off. No, it's terrible.
No, the laces for sure are terrible. The shoe itself is fine.
Yeah, it's mid, right? In the kids' terms. I'm sorry. Your whole question was this Jordan 4 Nigel Sylvester. And the more colorways come out, the more I don't like it.
Really? I like this colorway.
It looks like a car or something.
It does
like
look like
the plasticky.
Yeah.
I don't like the plasticky stuff that's going on. The more color, I don't know how else to say it. The more colorways come out, I don't like it more.
Yeah, this is my favorite colorway that I've seen by far. Yeah, the gray. It's like a cement colorway, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was interesting last week. Cowboy Coop said it reminded him of the Air Jordan 11 like IE that you have or you had.
Yeah, that's
It's
hanging up at Woodmont.
no, really?
Is that
The
the one? No,
11
no,
low?
no, no, no.
No,
That's
the
the
11 low.
breads. The breads are hanging up at
Right,
that.
yeah.
Unless they took them down. I wonder if they threw them away.
I wonder if too. I would like to have them back. Throw them up in my new church.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%. Like, hey, can somebody go grab those shoes, Bodie? Intern Bodie, would you mind grabbing those shoes for us off the rafters if they're still there?
yep. Please. I didn't think about this from the podcast world, but podcast world, we're looking at upcoming releases in August. We've got the Restomod 4s, the 180s, Air Max 180s, a pair of dunks that are like Safari dunks, the KD4 Nerf, Andre Agassi's Hot Lava, Alma Manier 3s, and then the Kith A6 Spider-Man Villains
Marvel collab.
Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah.
So today actually it was no, it was yesterday. What's Monday? Monday. They did the Infinity Glove. Did you see that? Kith had an Infinity Gauntlet,
I did see that.
which was cool. I mean, what are you going to do with it? But it was cool. Don't care, but it was cool.
Yep. Well, other stuff we saw this week. Jason Tatum debuted his shoe on court for the Olympics. That's a big snooze. KD has this.
Can I tell you something real quick
Square. Yep.
about this shoe? So I didn't think about this until you flashed it a minute ago. So we have an aquarium, and in our aquarium there lives 2 clownfish, and this shoe looks like a clownfish, just different colored patches. Like, this is horrible. I like, now that I'm seeing this in real life, much less the Olympic colorway, this is terrible. Like, Jason Tatum. I mean, what else can you expect from somebody that went to Duke? But this is horrible. The lines, everything about this is garbage.
Just this colorway in particular, too. Who thought black and navy blue?
Amen, brother, because you're a purist. It's like that doesn't go together.
That
right?
does not look good at
It doesn't
all.
work like that. Right? Red, white, blue. Like, go to something that everybody knows and it's classic. But
It's
how
pretty easy.
Hey, listen, I thought about this the other day because I've really only watched box scores about basketball. I haven't watched any of it. Because usually it's a snooze fest, and like outside of I just want USA. I want USA to
I watched
win.
the
Like, I'm
gold
not a
medal
hater.
game, and that's it.
Yeah, maybe. But how cool would it be if somebody busts out the Pippins, the up
That'd be
tempos,
pretty dope.
and wore it in the gold medal game, or
Yeah.
they went with all the like the Jordan 7s.
Yeah, all
That
the
would be
Olympic shoes.
so dope
Kobe
if they
7.
did that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen, but you heard it here on the podcast. Like,
Oh, it'd be very
that would
cool.
be an epic
Yeah.
shoe sneaker moment.
I do love. I mean, shout out to all of Team USA for wearing shoes that match their jersey.
Amen. It's the only time you're gonna see it.
Only time ever.
There's no pink or hyper blue or yellow. It's just red, white, blue.
I love the Anthony
Perfect.
Edwards looking ones too.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, I watched enough of like Serbia that had the hyper, like the tennis ball green and I'm like, bruh, come on, man. It's the Olympics. Wear your country. Wear your country's colors. Some of these people have a dope opportunity to wear some dope colors.
Yeah.
Why would you wear a hyper tennis ball green? Ugh. I love that we're on the same page with that. It makes me feel so good inside.
Well, speaking of Olympics as well, KD became the most point scorer of the Olympics in history of the Olympics. So he has a new he's the baddest man in Times Square ad. I said that backwards, but you get the picture.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes with like Nike has a whole "Am I bad because I want to win" like campaign going on for the Olympics. So It feels like this was all a setup because they knew he was going to break this
It
record.
was 100% follow the money.
Still a weird setup for somebody like KD, being your
You think so?
athlete that you're going to choose like in the Olympics to go after. But I mean,
Well, I mean,
guess.
you could argue. So it's the Olympics is so interesting that in any other situation, KD, LeBron, Curry, these are and don't get me wrong, I bet some of these people are starstruck, but they're not the big names. It's weird. They're probably not used to that. Where it's when in the heck ever would we care about Simone Biles or you go down the list,
Caleb
Dressel.
Dressel.
Yeah. Outside the
Noah
fact that he has
Lyles.
great tattoos. Like Caleb Dressel is a tattoo dream. But keep from somebody that's got tattoos, he's got an amazing. Go Google it. It's unbelievable. And I have, and his artist is some dude in like Richmond, Virginia. That it's
Okay.
made me go, oh, what if that dude? What if I went to Richmond, Virginia, and got that dude? Like I've done that. I'm guilty as charged. But nonetheless, these guys got to be not used to not being the main name on the ticket.
Yeah.
And so they're trying. This is marketing's version of trying. It's like, ooh, KD. I mean, he's a huge name. He's national, right? But nobody really cares. Like the USA is going to win. It's not that big of a deal. So anyway.
Yep. And the last thing we saw this week was the first Caitlin Clark apparel from Nike. It says the Clark Effect. Be kind of a dope nickname, I guess. The Clark Effect.
Yeah, but what the hell does that mean? Do you know what that means? What does that mean? They just made it up.
Clark makes the difference. Caitlin Clark.
Are you serious, Mason? What does that mean to you?
I don't know. I mean, it's it's kind of dope.
Is it?
But they're just going to call our shoe the CC1 or CC whatever. So it's not going to really be anything. But
this feels like the best nicknames are the ones that happen naturally.
I agree.
And not that the ones that a marketing company decided, let's call it the Clark Effect. That's what this freaking feels like. It doesn't feel like her best friends called her the Clark Effect.
Was a good nickname.
Well,
totally fabricated marketing.
Maybe, but I don't disagree with you. Touche. But it stuck. Do you think the Clark Effect's going to stick?
No,
bro. It's got to be like Caitlin the Killer or Caitlin the Cat. It's got to be boo boo boo. Clark Effect doesn't. It's nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
What do you think? This has been a question of mine for a long time. Are there any good nicknames in the NBA currently?
I mean, I'm not a LeBron guy, but the King, like, it makes total sense. King James. That makes complete sense. It has been a long.
With King Charles, Sir Charles,
Prince Charles. Yeah, Sir Charles. That's not the same as
Sir Charles.
Yeah, that ain't the same. His makes sense. KD, we went through
initials though. That's
I know, but we went through this time where it was like initial based AI, KD.
Terrible era.
I don't disagree, but it's also it makes sense. Easy Money Sniper
was a cool one.
Easy Money Sniper. I mean, that's just his Twitter handle, but that's what people call him.
A good one, and Slim Reaper. Slim Reaper was nasty. But
none of them really stuck, right?
No, they didn't. The Claw was pretty good for Kawhi. I feel like the Claw.
Yeah.
My favorite, and it's going to be a downer because he's not a everyday player. I mean, he's an everyday player, but he's not a starter or anything. Davion Mitchell, his nickname was Off Day because he's a defensive stopper. So whenever you play him, you're going to have an off day.
I have never heard that.
I thought that was a pretty dope one.
Caitlin Clark's nickname is going to have to come naturally. The Clark Effect, it doesn't mean anything. It's going to have to be something else that's not that. I just don't see that sticking. I think it's kind of dumb. but that's my opinion. I also don't care. So I'm not their demographic.
You know, it's something I'll do before the end of the podcast today is I'm gonna look up some players, and tell you their nicknames and see if you can get them. Because
Okay.
have you ever been on Basketball Reference and looked at the nicknames section? Some of them
No,
are out there. Some of them are wild.
I
So
bet
I'll
I
look
bet I'd
too.
do pretty good with it though.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know. Some of them are out, like very out there. For
Okay.
instance, here's Big Honey.
Bill Winnington. I have no idea.
That's a current player. Current player.
Oh, current Big Honey.
Big Honey.
So like Michael, it's not Michael Beasley. His like super cool bees, but B.
You know, it has nothing to do
No,
with no. His other nicknames, if I give you one, I know you'll get it. But Cookie Monster, the Big Tipper, and Yoke.
Jokic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Apparently one of his nicknames
Big
is
Honey. What does that mean?
I told
Never
you
heard
you
of
would
it.
be able to get these nicknames.
Yeah,
These are crazy.
okay.
Anyways, we'll not keep going on that, but we've got
Never
a
heard it.
lot of sneaker news to still cover. and
All right, I'm
we're-
sorry. Let's go. I'm
let's get it going.
past time as well, but who cares?
Okay, I talked about this last week with Cowboy Coop for a little bit. But have you seen like the PlayStation Air Force Ones are coming
Yep.
back? Wu-Tang Dunks. Huff came out earlier this year, and then the Pata Air Max are re-releasing. I think maybe next year, into this year. But what are your thoughts? Is it just a lack of creativity that's driving bringing out these super limited
They're
from
desperate.
the past?
Do you
They're
remember? Do you see?
Yeah.
There was one. Did you see the? I sent you with this one. I don't know if it's in your slides. Who's
Was
to
it the Air
blame for
Max
the?
or the Air Jordan 4? Yes, I did put that in my slides.
Who's
And
It's like the who's
that's
to
what I
blame
wanted
thing
to talk
for
about too. Yep.
that. Yeah, dude. That's why it's like they. What else do you do? They feel like
Mhm.
they've shot all their bullets. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go back to stuff like this. The thing is, I think they're off. Like I don't think anybody gives a crap about the PlayStations.
That's what I
Besides
said.
a niche.
They cared about the limited limitedness of it, right? Like
But
because there's
not just
few
that.
ever made.
But I don't think it's just that. I think it's so like the Wu-Tang, I like because I'm a Wu-Tang guy. Like I've been a Wu-Tang fan since, but I'm not gonna get the shoes. It's such a niche. These black Air Max ones, I don't even know what the crap they are. The chlorophylls all day long. I'm like, wow, but I think it's they have a bad taste. Whoever's picking, they're just picking these bad
Well, they're just going to like the
moments.
friends and family vault right now. Like these top two were friends and family.
They're
The
terrible. Who's gonna want
other Air Max ones on the list they were samples that we saw in like 2004. And
I think I'm with you. I think you said this is just creativity is just at the bottom of the barrel.
at the
And
bottom.
they've got all the money, so they're just like, we'll just throw some money at it. I'll make more money because we'll throw money at it. And so it's created this lazy, whatever you want to call it, I think. But I sent you that. That's interesting that I think these are tied together.
Yeah.
The only shoe on here that
on here, but
if you are a real sneaker person, the only shoe on here that you should care about is chlorophyll. Period. And I'm a Wu-Tang fan. There is nothing on this screen that is like, oh crap, I need those, but the chlorophyll.
What
That's
about
the only one?
So the big one that they're coming out with too on the Jordan side is the Jordan 4 Undefeated, the first ever collab from Jordan with another outside company.
Who
They're
cares?
like the green ones.
Who
They're actually a really
cares?
dope colorway though.
I don't think they're not dope, but do we care? We just want the cements and the breads and the military blues and the Oreos. Like, dude, we don't want the undefeateds. Like, who wants that? They're not want them. You can go get them. I just don't see it being I just think I think it is the lack of creativity, and they've been riding on the past for so long. They haven't had to get innovative or
Yeah.
or do anything special. So it creates laziness.
Yeah, it does.
I'm guilty as charged. I've done that before, even in my job, where I'm like kind of bored. So it's
We
just status quo,
Yep.
status quo, and they don't keep up or they're not listening. Here's the other thing is that I don't think they're definitely not listening to their customer. Because if
Yeah.
they would, and the same thing, you can say this perfect example, Star Wars. What are we going to do? We're going to put a bunch of female leads and make males the bad guy, and we're going to put a bunch of gay and trans stuff in it. And turns out your audience is all me and down to 18. We don't give a crap. We just want to watch an X-Wing fighter beat a Death Star. We're not doing all like, so you're not listening to your customer. But so it's like, oh, the agenda. We got to make sure we're satisfying who? Your customer's not buying it. So what the heck? Why are you going that direction? That's Nike. Nike is like, they're not listening to their customer. Let's just listen to your customer. Go in a not Foot Locker, go in a Finish Line and watch your customer buy what shoe and what they're saying and do more of that.
To be
It's not
fair,
hard.
but to be fair, Nike's average customer is not us. We are not Nike's average customer. Nike's average customer
Well,
is
then
buying
keep doing what you want to
70s
do and watch
every
your
single
stock.
day. I agree.
You keep on doing what you're doing. And you're going to get the same results. It's the definition of insanity. But I think that's where we are is like, who are we trying to appease? The people that actually buy the shoes and wear them, or the people that you just want? It's like the Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses. We got to keep up with, I don't even know what the heck. It's just bad business. It's math. It's not personal. You can be as gay as you want. You can be as gay as a $3 bill or whatever you want to call it. Do it. I don't give a crap, but follow the money. Follow the money. Just do what your customer asking you.
All right, next up, we're gonna fly through these really quick.
Boy, I killed that. I could
We
run
talked
for
about these
president.
last week. Ja Morant got honored at Murray State, and the shoe that he got honored with was apparently the Ja 2, and it is different from the Ja 2 that we've seen. So
Well, the
don't know
Ja
which
2
one
on
it is.
the up is dope. The
Yeah.
Ja 2 on the bottom is trash.
Agreed.
And maybe it's just the colorway, but the one on the
I don't
top,
think
I
it's
would
the
buy
same
it.
shoe, though. I don't think it's the same shoe at all.
I think so.
So, well, hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's the top one, and you have
That
something to
top
be
one
excited about.
is-
Yeah.
That top one is good.
Let's get that one. You sent these in, so give us your yellow brick road. We're looking at some Wizard of Oz dunks coming out.
What the heck? Why do you not just make a red freaking shoe? Why do you? This goes to everything we just talked about. Okay, it's not that hard. It's the freaking Wizard of Oz. You know what you do? You make a red shoe. One of the most popular shoes of all time is called the Red October. Just make a red freaking shoe. Nope, you tie-dye it and you make it. What are these sunflowers all over it?
I think it's some kind of flower, yeah.
And then you throw a Wizard of Oz on the tongue and you say, that's the Wizard of Oz shoe. Make it a red slipper, you idiots. This is not
I didn't know
hard.
you were so animated for Wizard of Oz dunks
Oh, no,
that you're
no.
never
It's
gonna buy.
no, listen. It's not that I'm
Huge
frustrated.
Wizard of Oz fan over here.
I'm frustrated by the principle. Like, this isn't hard. Make it Emerald City, all green or all red or both, and do a little bit of mix up. But like, what the heck does this have anything to do with Wizard of Oz? It's like sunflowers, and you just put Wizard of Oz on the tongue and call it the Wizard of Oz. It doesn't make sense. God, we should be designers for Nike. Look, I am not perfect. I have tons of character flaws, but I guarantee you, if Nike, Phil Knight, if you are listening to this podcast, if you just hire people that are actually fans of your and give them, like, I don't know, consultation, it'll fix everything. Just let your fan do the work. This is stupid. I'm sorry I'm getting so frustrated.
Oh, it's okay.
You miss a
Another-
week and you thought, like, I'd
Yeah,
missed a month.
yeah. Another gripe that we have with Nike. Devin Booker. Nike will release the Booker PE colorways of the All-Star game and a pearl colorway. I'm not sure, but next summer. Won't we have the Book 2 next summer already? Shouldn't we? We should. Why are we waiting?
I would love for somebody to and listen, this episode should be titled Why Nike is Sucking. That's it. It's all of these decisions. You have domino, 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 domino. This doesn't make any freaking sense. It makes no sense. It's the Olympics. You could probably sell a bunch of Devin Booker Olympic shoes. Sell them right now. Nope. Let's wait till next summer when the Devin Booker 2 comes out. It doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
And sense makes dollars. Like, we are marketing geniuses, Mason. We could work for any of these companies and be like,
Okay. All right. Well, last of the sneakers, and then we got some non-sneakers to go through.
I'm getting so frustrated.
LeBron
about this.
22.
I'm getting so frustrated for Nike, and I don't even work there. I'm just an influencer, basically. This is Nike. Watch this episode. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done. Keep going.
LeBron 22. Do we just need to move on? We can.
I mean,
save
it's
this
a
thing.
it's a 6 out of 10. What would you call it?
It's not right. It's not terrible. It's not good.
It's mid. It's a
It's-
joke. What are we doing here? It's a humongous swoosh. Basically, the whole shoe is a swoosh. I only like it because it's Olympic colorways and it goes with the jerseys. Like, there's
All right. Well, next up, I think you'll like this next one. Jelly
Please.
Roll Harley Davidson collab.
I sent this to you.
You did.
I mean, again,
Cowboy Coop and I knew you were in love with this before it was even a thing.
I've never set my butt cheeks on a Harley Davidson, but dang it, will I buy this? I will buy this shirt. One of these shirts I'll get. Plus, did you see him at the SummerSlam this past weekend?
I did not. No.
He was at it. You haven't seen that?
No.
He choke slammed some dude. I haven't watched wrestling in 25 years. He choke slammed some dude. He couldn't run. I actually felt bad for him. Like, if I knew him, I would try to get in touch with him and do 75 hard so he wouldn't die. Not only so he wouldn't die, so he wouldn't embarrass himself by the way he was moving his body in space. I was like, damn it, Jelly Roll. I mean, Antioch all day long. I will support you till the day I die because of this. But good grief, buddy. Can you get to a place where you can actually do an elbow drop and not look like you're about to freaking die, like right there on the spot? Love him. Being honest, would say that to him if he was sitting right here with us. All that being said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just was thinking about last week when we talked about this, and
It was far less animated, I hope.
no.
No.
Coop was questioning whether Jelly Roll could get on a Harley Davidson and ride it. He said
That's fair.
it would probably be better for him to be on one of the three-wheel Davidsons.
He would have to, or in the sidecars, because he ain't
Be
getting
like a
his-
Barley Davidson.
buddy. From a person that is connected to him really close, who we should have on the podcast. I've tried. I've gotten ghosted. It's okay. It's not personal. Is
You've tried Jelly Roll or your connection with Jelly?
my connection is the dude parties a crap ton.
Yeah.
Shocker. Okay. But man, I want you to live. And you got to do something to yourself. And I had to say that to myself too. And so, all that being said, if I can get my hands on this one that's with the skull and the wings, I'm in. I want it. It's dope. It's so sick. Don't care about motorcycles. Don't care about Harley. I know it's a big brand, a very loyal customer base. Proud that a guy from Antioch is on SummerSlam, and he's doing songs with Post Malone, and he's doing songs with Eminem. He was on the Eminem album, and now he's got a collab with Harley Davidson. Like, oh my goodness, I'm in that all day long.
The target markets of Jelly Roll and Harley very, very well aligned. I mean, this was a match made in heaven.
100%. A little bit white trash, a little bit of dopeness.
The target market's a little less aligned on this next one, but you're one-sided on this. I don't know how you are about the Cactus Jack aspect of it, but Cactus Jack and Tops exclusive baseball set. From what I saw 5 different cards. 4 of them are on here. Ellie De La Cruz was the other one that I saw. His is a rookie card, along with Paul Skeens is a rookie card. So you got Shohei, Aaron Judge, Ellie De La Cruz, and Paul Skeens, and then there's a 1-of-1 Travis Scott in one of these sets. Are you up, down, don't care?
Wait a second. Let me put on my Cards One hat. Yeah, I really like the Ellie De La Cruz one and the Shohei Ohtani one. But really what sells is anything that's a rookie. This is just a cool idea. Like, I liked this because it's a cool idea. It's outside the box. It's not just a sneaker. What does Travis Scott care about baseball? Also, he's from Houston. Like, Houston's good. Like, why wouldn't you pick a Houston player? But cool idea that he's going this direction. That's all. I mean, I didn't have anything other in my mind other than that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I would have liked to see him do like not maybe really good players that you hadn't like aren't in the news every day. Like Shohei, like everybody knows who he is, but like I don't know if you know who Jazz Chisholm is.
He just got traded to the
Yankees. Yeah. That guy would be perfect for Travis Scott, like Cactus Jack stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I hate the Yankees, but
Tatis wears Travis Scott customs in like as his cleats, which he's not like he's pretty well known, but Guerrero Jr. would be a dope one. You know, there's a bunch in there, but
people or from like people from Texas would make the most sense, but
yeah,
who cares? Like or flashy or whatever.
Last
anyway, I just thought those was cool. Like, mark this under things that if Hayes ever gets a chance to do a collab with a sports card company, I'm in. That sounds super cool.
What's going to be your twist on it? What's your twist? Like, are you like they're all going to be like wrap tee cards?
Ooh, that's a great idea. Or just super. So the most classic 90s look related to sports cards is going to be, I feel like from just a graphics standpoint, is Skybox. Skybox had all these 90s like fonts, and it would be more like that. That would be my shtick, if you will, on that.
Yeah.
If you like cards, go follow the Cards One. Lost the login years ago. But
like
go follow that one.
On it.
One post. Can we find it? Might be able to find it.
I don't know. Last thing we had, you sent in these two, I think. It looks like shoes that have braces for people that have strokes. I don't know what it's actually for.
You can sit on this. I'm sorry,
He's talking to his child. So I don't want to be insensitive, but that's just what these shoes look like.
Wait. I have a child who's never appeared. This is her first appearance on the podcast. This is Liberty.
Libby.
She's the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world. She smells really great.
Yeah.
Because she put on some. She said, "Yeah, look at this. She's got a tie-dyed shirt on that I created. Were you reading some Harry Potter?
Yeah.
She's reading some Harry Potter. She is an unbelievably amazing woman, and this is her podcast debut.
What?
This is your first time on the podcast.
Oh, hi.
And I love you. You're amazing. Yeah. You're welcome to stay out here. All right, sorry. What was the question?
Are I was just saying some other bad beats that we had this week.
Oh,
Some
these shoes.
Adidas made a concept shoe that looks kind of like a person that had a stroke and they can't stand up. You know what I'm
The
talking
news
about,
they
the little
put.
braces. Yeah, and a bunch of stuff
Oh my gosh.
like a walking boot on the front, kind of. It's really bad. And then there's also a 3D printed chrome do rag that Hayes sent in.
I sent both of these because we're just an inch closer to what?
Derelict.
Derelict. We're so
I
close.
wouldn't say we're an inch closer to derelict. I would say we hit derelict with piss pants and
we
and
did.
zipper pants,
We hit.
sweatshirts, not like a sweatshirt, like a sweaty shirt. Like that was worse than derelict. Like I'd rather wear trash than walk around looking like I peed myself, but I actually didn't. If peeing your pants is cool,
Oh, call me
Bobby
Miles Davis.
Boucher.
Listen, we definitely hit derelict with the piss pants and the sweat. This is the next iteration of that. Is the paraplegic? No disrespect, I'm not. Whatever you want to call this, I don't even know what to call it. The Transformer shoe. Oh, that's what it's called.
I think it is called the Transformer.
The I don't know what to call these. There's no way in heck I'd wear them. But then the 3D printed do-rag.
I have so
chrome.
many questions
That's
about
chrome.
this. Yeah. Like, do you have to get fitted like a New Era cap? Like
Good question.
I'm a 7 1/4 on my chrome do-rag.
Do you
What?
also find it pretty funny that they asked this person specifically asked drip or skip?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Drip
mean,
or skip a chrome 3D printed do-rag? Are you serious? We don't know how much it costs, but I know it's a skip,
yeah,
right?
right.
In
This would
in
be
any
funny
context,
if you
it's a
found it at
skip.
Goodwill and wore it to camp for a day.
Yeah,
Right? That's about it. I mean,
I
and
concur.
after a day, you're done with it. Like you're giving it away to some kid.
Yeah, amen. You are correct.
That's all we got. So, man,
I'm sorry I got
good
on
pod.
such a rant on
I
Nike.
think that was
I
therapeutic.
wasn't
for you.
expecting that. It really
Yeah,
was.
I
I
think-
feel
yeah.
I feel a lot better. But look, it comes from a place of, let's be real, you and me both. I love Nike. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of brands in my life, like it's my favorite ever because of Michael Jordan and because of everything that represents, and so it's
They're really good
disappointing.
storytellers.
So it's disappointing that we've got to this level where it's just lazy, and I'm not saying I can fix it. I'm not that person that was like, I think I've got all the answers to your question, but I do think you need to listen to your customer, your actual customer, and people that actually care. And it's weird that I'm saying that about just a brand of shoe and apparel, but like I care, man. I want them to do good, China or not, and sweatshops and all that crap. I'll give them a pass, but I love Nike. I want them to be the USA of sneakers and apparel. I want them to be that, and that we're here is just bothersome to my, I don't know, relatively, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Any more than sneakers moments on your hiatus?
Any more than sneakers moments? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I've been pretty preoccupied. What about you?
Okay. I'd say last week was a good more than sneakers moment for me on the podcast, just to get to catch up with Cowboy Coop, hear his thoughts about sneakers among many other things. But yeah, it was a refreshing guest that we had on, somebody that for me I purely know through this podcast and through sneakers. So I know you know him through work, and that's how we ultimately know each other. But I think that was a cool thing that's come out of this is the relationships. So I'd say that's a more than sneakers thing that really
fair.
enjoy when when we get to expand our circle to people that I would not have met otherwise, because it's safe to say that I don't really know any of your other people you work with aside from people who
Been on
interact
the
with this
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah. Fair. That's
Um,
good.
and so that for me was fun. I think I started to see, like, through the stuff that he said, that our lives, like what he and I try to do throughout our families, aligns a lot. And
Mhm.
so I have a lot of
Oh
questions
yeah.
for him around that. And so I think it was pretty cool, and I just enjoy that type of stuff. So,
He's a
but
big family
aside from
guy. I
that,
mean, you probably learned
yeah,
that. We're
yeah,
10 years. I think I'm like 10 years ahead of him. And so you got to be close to it.
I'm
I'm
14 younger
44.
than you. Yeah,
Okay. So it's
I'm
like
30.
okay. So it's like me, you, him, and so um he's doing a great job, man. You are too, buddy. Like, come on. You're doing a great
Thank
job
you.
as a dad and a husband and trying to make this thing work. And I know
I'd
it's a
say my
grind.
lack of sleep has not put me in a good
You know what?
father sometimes. I'm trying
Can
my
I
best.
be the one to tell you this? Did you know being a father and a husband, and this I'm not trying to feel bad for you or myself, is a very thankless job. It just is. It's just how it goes. I think Dean Smith said, I don't feel good about being congratulated for things that I should be good at. Like, you're such a good dad. Like, I don't feel good about being congratulated about that. But as a guy who's 44 years old and knows what you're in the middle of, and Coop is in the middle of, you are doing a damn good job.
Thank you.
Okay, you are.
Thank you. All I can do is try to get up every day, and
that's all you can do.
Today I've actually started to have to buy. I don't drink soda, but I've had to start drinking a soda or keeping one in my car, because on the way home from work I get a little drowsy.
So go coffee. Coffee's better than soda. Don't do the
I
soda
know,
thing.
but
Come
I
on, Mason.
hate
Look at you.
coffee,
You're all
man.
you look so good.
I
Right
hate
now you do, but
coffee.
it's way better than soda. Skip all
I
the soda, buddy. The sugar. It's
I
like
only
it's
have a
bad for you.
soda. It's not even once a day. It's like maybe twice a week.
What
But
if I
it's
said
only
to
on the
you,
way
you know
home in
what
the
you
car.
should do, Mason? You should smoke a cigarette on the way home from work. You'd be like, this guy's an idiot.
Let
Same
me
thing.
try.
It's the same thing.
Let me try it.
Don't drink a soda. Get some coffee.
I've
You're gonna
never
be
tried.
fine.
I've only smoked one cigar, and that was with you. You saying I should have a cigar on the way home every single day?
Past. We're past due. It's time. We did say we're going to do live, like something live.
We did.
By then the summer. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have to do something. We have to. It's time.
Okay, that's going to be tough.
Even if it's going back to the cigar thing.
Okay. If
I don't care what time it is. I don't care what
on
day.
a weekend or something, that's a more of a possibility. So
okay, I'm down with whatever fits. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it. This
all right. Let's get out of here.
The Still Drippin' Happy Hour, episode 1. I think we should do. We did Olympic. We talked about the Olympics a little bit, but I think maybe I should design some type of questionnaire around Olympics, and I don't know if it'll be sneakers or people or something like that, but we'll do that next week.
All right.
So tune in next week for our official Olympics podcast. I think the Olympics will be over by then, maybe, but who cares? You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. I am terrible at ending the podcast, so I'll bid you adieu. Farewell. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm not going to rap, but I love you.